tell me about just kind of what you think now that we're down to these two and what this season and this experience has meant to you.
Wow. I think seeing them two up there, I think it's kind of like once you get down to like top 10 or like when I made it to top 8, it's kind of like it's anyone's game at that point. So I'm not saying like I expected it, but I'm also like not surprised that it's them two. I mean, their voices are both incredible. And this season for me was kind of like, it was amazing. I made a lot of really, really good friends out there. I was like crying tonight just because those are my friends, and I'm proud to like see them up there and like see how far that they've come and they've like developed and progressed so much as like singers and musicians, and it was really amazing to see tonight.
Any predictions?
None. Honestly, none. I could not tell you. I couldn't tell you.
Being on the show has kind of given me an opportunity to do what I wanted to do on a bigger scale. So, that's kind of the goal in the first place. So, I don't know, I got to record Roses, the song I did on the show, and that comes out tomorrow. So it's crazy to think, even though I didn't make it to the finale, I got to have that opportunity and just kind of be a part of it.
Are you surprised at all that it's ending up the way that it is tonight? Any predictions that you have?
No, I think we all kind of were under the impression that LaPortia would be here. It was just going to be who, would kind of be with her. So, it was an amazing show, and it was great to watch.
Is it bittersweet being in this position, or are you to the point that it's just so much of an impact on you, like you said, getting to record one of your own songs, that it's like, I'm just glad to be here?
Yeah, it hasn't been bitter for me yet. I'm not a bitter person, so it kind of feels good to kind of be here and be in the moment.
It's been such a journey. I mean, from the beginning, I thought like, oh, I'm just going to be singing every week. It's going to be fine. But like, it's so much hard work. Like, this is not just a singing competition. Like, it changes your life completely. It really does.
What's it like to be a part of this last class of Idol, the finale, the farewell season?
Being part of like the last top 5, I never even thought I'd make it that far. But being part of the last season is just something that is just going to stick with me forever. Like, I feel so blessed, and it's such an honor to be part of this has been a huge show, and has done so much for America and brought so many amazing artists to light, and to be part of the last season is just really, it's a blessing.
Anything that you were surprised about tonight? Were you surprised to see that it was LaPortia and Trent? Any predictions that you might
It's
have?
funny because I didn't even have any predictions because they're all so good. I was like talking to my mom earlier. I was like, Mom, like, who do you think she is? She was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Like, they're all amazing. I'm so happy for all 3 of them.
What's kind of the takeaway for you, being so young and still having a career ahead of you?
Oh my God. Takeaway. Before all this, I was in college and I was like, oh, I'm going to study, going to get my degree, that's it. And then I stumbled upon this opportunity. And it's really opened my eyes to how much I love music. I love it that much more than I thought I did. And I think I could pursue this. I think I would want to, yeah.
Feeling more and more comfortable on stage, and like that's where you need to be?
Oh yes, I feel like the stage is I have to be on it. It's so much fun. It really is.
Excited about tomorrow night. I understand that several of you will be back on stage.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we all get to be back on the Dolby Theater stage. Like, we were there for Hollywood Week, and walking into that building today was just like, oh my God, this is where so much happened. Yeah, it's just really exciting. I'm really excited.
What was this like to be a part of this final class of American Idol?
It's absolutely surreal in a way because I've been watching it for so many years, and I actually just made the age cut at 15 to audition, and odd enough it was season 15 and the farewell season, so I guess it was kind of written in the stars for me, and it was just an amazing experience and really just made me more professional as an artist.
What's the biggest takeaway? What's you think best advice that you got while you were here?
The best advice that I've ever gotten was really just to, have fun on stage, because you don't know when it's going to be your last performance. Even if you are in the music industry and you're like this big name in lights, but you don't know when you'll get something will happen to you, or like your voice might go out or something like that. So you always have to just perform like every performance is your last.
Your reaction to tonight, seeing LaPortia and Trent being named the top 2, any surprises there, or did you kind of have it called?
I feel like there weren't really any surprises because Dalton, regardless, is an amazing performer, and he's definitely going to get a record deal out of this. And LaPortia and Trent are both amazing, so whoever the crown goes to in the coronation, I feel like I'll be proud of them both because they've come so far.
Did you get a chance in the weeks that you were here to really kind of make friends?
Definitely. I actually became really good friends with Olivia Rocks as well as Emily Brooke and Tristan. So it's kind of like everybody over the time being, we've all become really close with each other. It's kind of like a family now. So although it's hard to see some of them leave, it's amazing to see some of them grow.
You know, it's really surreal. You don't really realize what it's going to be like until you're on the show. It's tiring for sure because you only get like a short amount of time to sleep and everything, but it's great. It's been great. Any surprises tonight? What were you expecting it to be, LaPortia and Trent, or were you kind of just it's anybody's game?
I would say it was anyone's game. I think that I was sad to see anyone go, to be honest. But Dalton's got a good head on his shoulders, so I'm happy. He's gonna go far. Don't worry.
Absolutely. Your biggest takeaway or advice from the show?
Biggest takeaway is don't be nervous, because you know you have to just live in the moment and be happy with where you are at that moment, and just be happy with who you are.
Right.
It's been the craziest thing that I've ever done. I didn't think I would even get it close to this far. So to go out at number 3 is like.
Look who it is, Scott Bruschetta. Scott, how proud are you of this guy?
I'm so proud of Dalton. I mean, from early on, it's like, I got this guy. Let's rock this. And he made it top 3, and I'm so proud of him. And he's one of the guys that has a career in his future. So.
Dalton,
He may not be done.
are you excited about what's to come? Like he said, there's a lot ahead of you. So are you excited to be a part of this final class?
I'm very excited. I can't even word good right now. Look around. Like, it's the last season. Last time anyone's going to be doing these kind of post interviews and stuff. Like, what? And just the fact that I was there validates it enough.
Any surprise that these are the two that rise to the top in terms of people voting at home?
So we have the Battle of Mississippi. How cool is that? Trent is the absolute dark horse of this whole thing. When he came to Hollywood, he had mono. And if you remember, he wasn't even able to do the band thing because anybody within proximity could have been infected with getting mononucleosis. So at first we're like, all right, who is this guy? Is he weird? What's up? And he has been the hardest worker behind the scenes, undoubtedly. And he has had the biggest arc as far as improvement. LaPortia was always the one that, if you're going to win this, you're going to have to beat her. So it's head to head. He's got a fighting chance. We'll see.
What do you think it is? Have you seen improvement in any specific area? Obviously, those two both seemed so comfortable on the stage from the start, but vocally, has it been pleasing to watch them grow?
Oh yeah, you know, LaPortia came in with so much natural ability, and Trent did as well. But Trent has that really almost odd high falsetto, but we've taught him how to sing up to it. So now it's not odd at all. Now it's a weapon. And, you know, he's gotten so much better as a vocalist throughout the season. I think with LaPortia, she's improved in how to use what she already has, but it's hard to improve on a voice that's already that good. So as far as from an improvement arc, again, Trent has had the biggest improvement.
No matter which way this goes, I'm sure Big Machine Records excited about what's to come with these idols.
Oh yeah, you know, we've had to plan for weeks, really looking at the top 4. It's like, okay, if Mackenzie wins, what do we do? If Dalton wins, what do we do? If Trent wins, what do we do? LaPortia wins, what do we do? So we have very specific plans depending on how America votes tonight. I don't think it's a done deal for either one of them tonight. So I'll be ready either way when they crown the final American Idol on Thursday night.
An absolute whirlwind, straight into stardom, right?
Absolutely, here we go.
Let's just talk a little bit about this all Mississippi finale that we have shaping up.
It's crazy, right? It really is. And the cool thing is that American Idol is the only show that goes to the people like that. So they go to all of these different cities, and no other show does that. So LaPortia and Trent wouldn't have been on this show had American Idol not done that. And when you think about the chances of them, you know, waking up one day and saying, I think I'm going to go to this audition and making it here, I mean, those are 2 lives that have been changed forever.
Absolutely. Talk about their vocal abilities. You talked about it throughout this season, but to see them now battling it out for the vote.
Well, I mean, I would say they're both great singers. They're both really very smart because you can tell that they spend a lot of time thinking about what the lyrics mean. And they're just gifted young singers who clearly, you know, when Trent held up that book and said, you know, I've written all the things that you've said down in this book, you know, that says to me that this guy understands the work that it takes. I mean, it's great to have opportunity but you have to put in the work, the day-to-day work, and clearly they both have, and I'm proud of both of them.
As someone who values those vocal abilities and technicalities, it's important to see that America is valuing that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know what I know about music. It's more or less than other people. It doesn't really matter, but you can't really, for me, turn this into a music clinic. It's not about that. All that matters at the end of the day is how you feel when you hear somebody sing, and I think that both of them, as great as they are, have the ability to touch people, and that's really all that matters.
What goes through your mind when you're standing on, you stood on that stage so many times, or now it's the Dolby Theater stage, but you're standing on that stage and they say you are in the top 2 of the farewell season.
I wanted to fall to my knees. I wanted to just fall on the floor and start praising God and thanking America for voting me through. It really touched my heart because I just didn't know how much America supported me, and they supported me and loved me enough to get me into the finale. I was overwhelmed because there was doubt in my mind, and I just didn't, I couldn't fathom that, that amount of support. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and thankful.
That additional confirmation that there are people at home rooting for you, what does that do to your psyche when it's time to sing those songs for the last time for votes?
I just want to pour out my entire self to those people. Every single time I sing, I want to reach someone, whether it's there in the audience or at home, through the TV. I want to just touch them, in a deep place and inspire them in some kind of way. So that kind of gives me that motivation and that push to just sing and leave everything on the stage, because at the end of the day, the people who, message me saying how much I inspired them and how much, the last performance that I may have done, touched them in a way, that is what keeps me going. So.
In January, you told me that you could see yourself standing on that stage.
I did. Oh my God, with Coach Angela Johnson. That's crazy. And I'm here. I can't believe it.
It could be you. Tomorrow, you could be the next American Idol.
I can't
Is that
believe it.
real? Has it set in?
No. I'm gonna go back to my room. I'm gonna scream, cry, lose my voice. I'm not gonna be able to sing for the finale. I'm gonna eat some chocolate cake and celebrate it. Yes! Yeah.
So, finally, whole Mississippi finale. We talked about the talent comes from the South, but come on,
yes.
People are supporting Mississippi.
Yes, this is a Mississippi finale. That's crazy. Look, I'm so excited, and to be honest, completely honest with you, I mean, whether me or Trent wins, I mean, I'm just as excited and stoked for him as I am for myself. I'm just proud that we're, able to represent the South the way we are, and I'm proud of Trent. He's come a long way. He doesn't really talk about, what he overcomes, not as openly as I do, but he's overcome some things as well, and so I'm so proud of Trent. I love him to death. So
you feel like you've won kind of no matter what at this point?
We both do. We feel like we both won. We both become better people, better artists. We've had such an amazing experience, have been given such an amazing platform to do what we do and gain so many fans and so many, loving and supportive people. So, at this point, the pressure is off. We just want to have fun and rock this thing on out and help American Idol celebrate their final season.
Absolutely. One final message to the people back home. They'll see this tomorrow morning.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and voting and just, loving me throughout all of this, throughout the whole journey. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for giving me an escape and a way out. And me and Nayeli, really thank you. We love you.
You are one day away from potentially Ryan Seacrest saying you are the last American Idol. What does that do to you mentally, emotionally, everything else?
I mean, you have the top 2 from the same state in the greatest reality singing competition of all time. In the final season of that competition, that's a movie script. That's a movie script. Somebody go write it. There's your movie. And I don't even think Portia and I realize what a blessing that has fallen into our laps at this point.
I know that when we we talked via satellite, you mentioned that y'all joked that the talent comes from the South and that Mississippi would represent well. Did you ever think it would be to this extent?
No, I didn't. I always knew, just like LaPortia, that I was capable of doing it. But being in Mississippi, you don't get these opportunities. You don't ever think that you'll be in Los Angeles doing press at the Dolby Theater. You just don't. You know that you could if you could hang with those people that get to, but you never get to. And so I'm glad to be here.
Vocally, going into this last night for votes, performance for votes, what was it like to think this is the last time that America is going to decide my fate?
I try to love on my supporters as much as I can, and you can only do that so much through one of these things, through texting. But I am so glad, at Jackson, at Starkville, Columbus, Tupelo, Amory, everybody. I hope you know how much I appreciate you.